Hey guys, this is Connor. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you my Washington football team grade. So I'm going to grade each position group from quarterback to offensive line, from defensive line to the secondary. I'm going to grade them all. I'm also going to grade the special teams, some kicker, punter, returner, long snapper. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But before this video does get started, I really appreciate it if you did hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. By the way, this is the grading system. Feel free to pause the video and read it now. And then yeah, the Washington no names, as I like to call them. A quarterback that I have Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's a pretty solid journeyman quarterback. He's the best in history probably. And he's really, if you ever need a bridge quarterback, he's the best available option. He's a starting level quarterback in my opinion. Maybe very bottom middle. Maybe he had 2,200 yards in 8 games last year. As the starter in Miami, and then he was told to come in after Tua was horrible because he was horrible last year, and won multiple games, including which is the most notable is Ryan Fitzpatrick game against the Raiders, in which he had that one throw with the face mask where his face was getting pulled back, and he still made that incredible throw to, I believe it was Allen Hurns, and with the face mask, 15 extra yards, which set them up for a game-winning field goal. But yeah, it's enough rambling on here. Running back one, Antonio Gibson. I gave him a 7.8 out of 10. He was really good last year when he played. 11 touchdowns and 800 yards. And he only played like 14 games, so it was a really solid year for Antonio Gibson. And I'm going to assume that he's going to build off of that, but we really don't know. Third round draft pick, so I felt like I had to put him a little bit lower there. This will probably be bumped up in the middle of the season, maybe towards an 8 to 8.5, possibly, depending on how he plays here. But then RB2, I have J.D. McKissick, and he's a good receiver. He's a good runner. He gets about the 300 rushing yards, 300 receiving yards every year, which is really good, actually. And he's really good at that short option for quarterbacks. And he can get those yards for check down. So it's a really solid RB2, one of the better ones in this league. Then for receivers, at receiver one, obviously Scary Terry. He's a great player. I want to see him stay healthy. And if he can stay healthy, you could see him go probably potentially up to 1,400 yards. Wouldn't be surprised. Last year in 10 games, he had 900 yards. Only had 3 to 4 touchdowns, which isn't great. But that yardage is there, and that yardage is more important than the touchdowns, which can go to someone else, which in this case can be Curtis Samuel, Adam Humphries, Logan Thomas, or J.D. McKissick, or even Antonio Gibson in the running game, or J.D. McKissick in the running game too. All those guys are good options, and we'll talk about them later. I already talked about J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson, though. And then receiver two, like I just said, Curtis Samuel. I give him a 7.1 out of 7.5. He's so good in my opinion. In my opinion, he's a starting receiver, and he can do basically anything you want. He's like a better version of Deebo Samuel. He can run the ball. He got good speed, good hands, and good route running. This is all you could want from a receiver. Honestly, and he's a receiver too. I feel like this was a very good pick for the football team here. A pick for a player to sign, obviously. And then at receiver 3, Adam Humphries ain't the best option. Gave him a 3.8 out of 5. Yeah, he got cut by the Titans after they have horrible receivers at this point. Lost Corey Davis. Now they lost Adam Humphries because they cut him. So it's A.J. Brown, and then yeah. So not great. Then tight end Logan Thomas. I like Logan Thomas. He's old, but he's a pretty good tight end, I would say. I don't know if I could say top 10, but I feel like a 6.1 out of 7.5 is pretty good, especially for a player who did play quarterback in college and came into the league as a quarterback. But yeah, now onto this offensive line. It's a pretty solid offensive line. Um, the right side's a little bit better than the left side. The right side sort of carries the offensive line there. I'm not really liking that left side very much, which is a little bit concerning. Which is why I was down in the tens. But I feel like that they can overcome that disability and because of the options they do have. In terms of J.D. McKissick short, Curtis Samuel is better probably in the middle, Scary Terry deep. Adam Humphries is just okay everywhere. And Logan Thomas short to mid. So it's a pretty solid offense there. 56.7 out of 70. Obviously, this could go up. Curtis Samuel doing better. Logan Thomas, offensive line, left us side of the offensive line, puts me around. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Antonio Gibson. So lots of room for improvement there for the Washington football team. Or Washington No Name, as I did call them. Then their defense, which I think is absolutely insane. I put the defensive ends and defensive tackles a little higher up. In terms of value, because I feel like that's purposely what Ron Rivera did, and they are focused on getting to the quarterback with Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, and Jerron Payne on the same defensive line, which is absolutely insane. Can't really ask for 26.8 out of 30 there. The best defensive line in football. I don't think that's really a question. The linebackers is where it gets a little bit concerning, though. John Bostic ain't great. 3.4 to 4, though, so I guess decent value. Then some weak side linebacker, Cole Holcomb, he's not very good. Jimmy Davis, who I do think has potential, but I don't think will be amazing right off the bat. Give him a few years, and that he'll be the anchor of the linebacking core here. And then at quarters, we have Kendall Fuller and William Jackson. Give Kendall Fuller 9.1 and William Jackson a 7.1 out of 7.5. Kendall Fuller is really good. Like him as a player. William Jackson, too. They're both really good. William Jackson maybe is the late end starting corner, I believe. I can't say so for sure. 3 to 5 interceptions last year. Same with Kendall Fuller. They show good production, and I feel like it's one of the better cornerback duos in the league, especially with weaker cornerback duos in the NFL currently. And then at safety 1 and safety 2, we have Landon Collins and Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl played pretty decent for a rookie. Wasn't drafted very high, so I thought he played better. Played better than most people's expectations. And then Landon Collins, it's just Landon Collins. Few interceptions last year. Good tackler. So it's really good for this defense. Defensive line definitely carries them, but the secondary is really good. It's just the middle, the linebacking core that really concerns me right now. Once Jermaine Davis develops and maybe they get another guy in, like they trade for Bobby Wagner next year, Levante David, other guys that will soon go into free agency or next year in the draft even. It's always an option. I think they should focus there because the defensive line and their secondary is really solid. So, yeah, 62.1 out of 70. I believe that's the best defense yet. Now let's go into the special teams here. Dustin Hopkins is a decent kicker. Gave him a 2.7 out of 3.5. Only missed a few kicks. Yeah. Tress Way is a decent punter. Maybe a little bit better than the average punter. Probably around 10th in the league, 10 to 12. So solid there. Good punt average. Punt returners is DeAndre Carter, whatever. He's fine. Just really all I need to know. He's nothing special. Same with Antonio Gibson at kick return. There's really nothing special. Then a long snapper. Love the name Cameron Cheeseman. Don't know why he doesn't play for the Packers. Think the Packers would love him. He has the name to play for him. Yeah. But yeah, 11.9 out of 15. So pretty decent special teams here. Meaning that this team got a grade of an A with a 130.7, which is one of the higher ones, competing with the Bills here. I don't know if they're home or away against them, but this really could mean if they're home, they could win against the Bills. Yes, you did hear me right. They could win against the Bills if they're home. I don't know if they're home. That's irrelevant right now. By the way, for all the people who lasted to the end of the video, I want to say we are going to give recommendations for every team after we've done this series. And also during this series, I want you guys to comment down below what team you want next. If it's your favorite team, you should comment down below because that video will be out sooner than all the other videos. Um, and yeah, if there's a division you want me to do, I'd really appreciate if you comment down below, and your ideas will be recommended. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that'll do it for this video. Washington football team, or Washington Notre Dame, as I do like to call them, looking to be a really good team. Um, they're going to shock some people. Their defense is probably a top 5 unit in the league, or even top 3. Team grade of an A overall. They're looking really good. Good special teams, good offense. That offense could be drastically improved in the middle of the season. And if the linebackers in the football team do get better and prove me wrong, this team will be looking really good. So yeah, hope you got to this video. If you did, please smash like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously, like I said, comment down below what team you want me to do next. Subscribe to my podcast, the NFL News Podcast, and go watch my video. All of these, my last video, all of these will be linked below in the description. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.